Hi, I'm Sasha Moore, and I am here with Steve Lake, who is the Director of Partnerships at the boutique aggregator National Lending Group, otherwise known as NLG. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Sasha. Thanks again for having me.
Of course, you know I love interviewing you. And I think that you raise a really interesting point about being in tune with accountants' cycles because they're so different
Hmm.
to regular industry and commerce as well as brokers. So I think in particular, when an accountant's snowed under, they're snowed under. So you're
Yeah.
going to get no airtime whatsoever. So
Yep.
have you found that it works to do this more informally, or do you suggest that accountant broking client meetings be set each quarter or every twice a year, or how do you find that works well?
It's such an important question, Sasha, and you actually need to earn the right to be involved in those conversations. They're not given. And so, as a mortgage broker, if you are working with accountants, especially if you're starting to work out with accountants, to put it bluntly, you probably get what you're given. However, being diligent and competent and conscientious and doing a great job for your accountant and for their clients means that they do bring you in a lot closer to their business. And for those that have got the patience and the ability to stick it out, whether it takes, one tax cycle or 2, 3 years, etc., at some stage they'll invite you to that, and and you might have a conversation when you're reviewing your program with them, say at lunch, saying, "Hey, look, can I help you with this particular area, especially the tax planning, because it's such an easy one because they need you, they really do." And so it's opportune, a really good opportunity to be able to work close with the accountants, but it does need to be earned.
And I think that's actually a really interesting point. I think, well, one observation I've had with the broking industry is it's so open to referral relationship. It's so open to collaboration, and it's relatively easy a lot of times to collaborate in industry, whether it's brokers with brokers or with BDMs or with other professional services within that network. But I think with accountants, you're absolutely right. It is a guarded space because of the
Mm.
intellectual property and the investment that the accountant has in their client.
Mm.
And I have witnessed both on both sides of the fence, brokers getting frustrated that they're not being asked to sit at the table straight away, but equally accountants feeling that that's presumptuous for
Yeah.
anyone to sit at their client's table. So I
Yep.
think just sort of recognizing that difference, and particularly, I was having a chat with an accountant friend of mine, and he was just saying to me, brokers will call me and just immediately want to have a coffee, but for what? Like, why am I having a coffee?
Yeah.
Tell me, again, it's all about establishing trust and rapport. And I think particularly with my workings with accountants is that's demonstrated by commitment and skill set. So I
Mm.
guess also with that relationship with accountants, I would expect that you're going to be most likely to succeed if you can facilitate a broad spectrum of loans, which I guess also
Yes.
comes back to your upskilling piece.
It's absolutely critical. It's a couple of little hints, I guess, or hacks with accountants. Yeah, you do have to be a go-to person, but you don't have to do everything. Okay, so you can have a commercial expert by your side if you don't want to go down that path, but you need to be able to have those conversations with accountants um, around the client situation, whether it be commercial asset and equipment or short term, etc. But something that's really important is you need to take some time understanding how accountants work. And I would suggest sitting on an accountant focused webinars, go to the accountant expos and find out what it is, the challenges that they're actually having to face, and the cost of acquisition and keeping a client and all these other things. Because every day I speak to accountants and every day I hear the same story. I can't stand mortgage brokers because I've had one in my office before and he cost me 3 or 4 clients, right? And it wasn't necessarily around the competency of the broker, it was more around the inability to be able to say no and be genuine with the accountant. And that was the thing that they're looking for more than anything, is they want to know that you're a human being. If you don't know something, you put your hand up. A quick no is better than sometimes than a slow yes, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so they're good people to work
and
with.
with accountants, you do not want to fake it till you make it.
Nope, don't even
They
bother.
sell that out a mile away.
Yeah, they're very good at that.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Well, always a pleasure to speak to you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sasha.